Ignite is an ongoing series of speedy presentations. They've ranged from building multi-person pogo sticks to hacking chocolate. Any topic the geeks hold dear. Each speaker gets only 5 minutes and 20 slides that auto-advance every 15 seconds.
Nothing educational in this, just a lot of fun stuff. I've been working on this article, and in a few more months, I'll probably get it finished because there's a lot of stats. And as I'll show you, I'm very upset with the Google artists, but we'll get to it. I didn't actually plan to talk for 15 seconds for this slide, so there. Larry and Sergey decided they wanted to go to Burning Man. They didn't want to run their search engine. It would never be successful. They said, put up a sign saying we're going out to Burning Man. And this is how we got our very first unusual Google logo. They call it a Google Doodle. For the holiday of Burning Man. It never happened again. First holiday Google ever celebrated was Thanksgiving, and it's the only holiday they've ever celebrated every single year since. We've got a whole variety of things, all the way down to Snoopy doing little dances and stuff like that. Isn't it great? So every year, Thanksgiving gets celebrated in the United States. Most celebrated holiday. After that, Christmas, or the holiday period over the 5 days. If you see a little thing like U.S., that means it was only shown in the U.S. Christmas has been shown worldwide. You can see things like Bastille Day always shown in France, things like Earth Day down there, Anzac Day. First multi-day logos appeared in Google. In May, they ran this weird flying saucer thing for no good reason. They were bored. They ran Olympic multi-day logos. And over there, the 4th of July, they ran that for 4 days. It was just like, hey, let's run logos every day. We'll do something different. And in 2000, we got our first non-U.S. country logos, things that only showed in other countries outside the U.S. So France got Bastille Day. Japan got Shishigo-san. I'm probably not saying it right, but I think it seems something like 5, 7. It's for kids, if I remember correctly. More national days. We'd already had the 4th of July and Bastille Day, but hey, Canada, you rule in hockey, so we'll give you a day as well. Swiss got their thing as well, plus South Korea, and the entire Earth got a day on Earth Day celebrated with a Google logo. And then we got Monet. Our first birthdays were being celebrated on Google. Monet, then if you want to have your birthday, be an artist, or be a scientist, or be a musician. These are things, and later on I'll do a statistical regressional analysis that shows you how that happens. But anyways, Google also celebrated itself for its 4th birthday and then carried on. Google has tended to celebrate its birthday on the 27th of September and occasionally done it on the 7th. It's like the Queen of England. It celebrates its birthday whenever the hell it wants. Dilbert came along and did a thing. Well, actually, the artist behind Dilbert, whose name escapes me embarrassingly at the time, but you know, it was kind of funny, and I even have a little coffee mug with it on there as well. And there was a whole saga that went that I would tell you if we had more than 15 seconds, but people seem to think that was cool. Anniversaries got celebrated for the first time. The 50th of the DNA discovery, 100th of the flight, but the Google's getting wacky now. They're celebrating like the 36th anniversary of the lunar landing in 2005, or the 48th anniversary of when the laser was invented in 2008. We celebrated space events in 2004. Spirit landed on Mars. Venus cast a shadow, the transit across the sun, and Spaceship One won the X Prize. They like space things over at Google. Then 2005 and 2007, the wilderness years, kind of boring. Sure, we got Leonardo da Vinci. We got Google celebrating the April 1st with the toilet internet protocol. We had the World Cup and the Rugby Cup and different things, but yeah, it was boring. I went through all the years. 2008, things go nuts. Look at that. That's the chart of logos that happened. And suddenly they go crazy. They're celebrating Wrestling Day in Turkey and the Portugal Science Day and Tomato Day in Spain. I kid you not. And Age Day in Japan and the Tree Day. And it's the story of independence. Everybody got independent in South America. Google did a logo for everyone. Only Brazil got something cool. And then they are all going there. Everybody got Independence Days that year. Everybody got celebrated. They did cool things. Lego got celebrated, anniversary of the hot air balloon. We had Beatrix Potter going in there. And we had the Hadron Collider that nearly killed us all, but it didn't. We just flashed forward. But you don't remember that because that's not real. Anyways, we had the thing. And then in 2009, Google decided they were putting out commemorative stamps. We had, you know, the Caterpillar thing and Dr. Seuss and their Cookie Monster and Wallace and Gromit and Popeye and Asterix. And those are people there for Comic-Con down there, like superheroes, stuff like that. And It's not just fun, these logos. 2008 was the first time and the only time Google's ever done a logo just for its own products, for its iGoogle themes. In 2009, they ran a multi-day thing that got tons of press. Nobody knew what it was going on. And by the way, these logos generate queries, and those queries go... Anyway, Google's only logos that have nothing to do with the Latin alphabet. Braille, UPC, and down there, Morse Code. Funny thing about Morse Code, I sat there and got a translator to figure out what it spelled. Do you know what it spells? Google, duh. The only fictional birthdays ever, well, kind of Paddington Bear, but it was the 50th anniversary of his birth story, but Astro Boy is the only fictional character who's ever had his birthday celebrated on April 7th, and that thing is where Google archives all these things. Eventually, I'll do a whole article about this, and I didn't do Bing's special custom homepages because they don't archive them, so that'll be for next year. Thank you.